Okay. So, welcome back to some more Remnant. I might be wondering, why am I alone? Because, honestly, right now, we're going to be doing some lore reading. So, Tadushi. I am now... It looks like the cutscene played, regardless. So, it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway. There was a cutscene, apparently the dude came back, and then there's this new dude that's over here. I haven't talked to him, I don't care to talk to him.
New dude.
Yeah, but we're gonna be reading some lore.
Wait, who's the new dude?
It's like a dude that has gray hair and a beard.
You mean the commander that we spent the entire game trying to save?
Oh, I didn't even see the... What's... What? I didn't see that it was Ford because he didn't have the thing on, so I thought it was just a random old dude.
No, it's Ford.
Alright, well that's good to know. Alright, so we're doing some good old lore reading.
Okay.
And I have Tadushi here with me because he's gonna guide me on where I need to go to fucking actually do this.
I'll be shiny hunting.
Of course.
Bro. Crown Tundra's out.
But I need to go to Ward Prime or...
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, with your fucking penis rock. I'm still never gonna, like, let that go. You call it a penis rock. This dude, why would you call it a penis rock? Ah, it's so loud!
I like how you said that, like, right after, like, a Pokemon, like, called in the game, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm not even streaming.
Okay. So, you said that the first thing that we need to read is on the second floor?
Yeah, the floor down, like, the down staircase.
Oh, B2?
The medical ward, whatever.
Okay. Let me see if I could find my way there.
I mean, it should just be like when you walk all the way around, it will be.
Ah, there's the medical bay. Alright.
Oh, save.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing a little bit of reading. It's gonna be fun. Strap in, sit down. Pray to God. Well, the good thing is that we don't have to worry about the fucking massive ass, like, beast thing, so it works out. So you said to start at the computer?
Yeah, the computer on that floor.
Okay. System diagnostics. Okay, that's all good. Reports. Wait, hold on. Let's actually go to... Let's go to the logs first. User, Dr. Magnus Schliermarcher. Marker, whatever. This is ridiculous that they made us duplicate our notes in these electronic boxes. What are the power fields? How can these computers possibly maintain data integrity longer than a corrupted file? Okay. Oh. April 15th. File corrupted. The new procedures may have produced fruit. The dreamer in Ward 3 has shown an increase in body temperature and brainstem activity, indicating a possible connection to... I'm sorry, I'm not well and I don't have an interest in scientific discovery at this moment, however promising. This afternoon I fell asleep while monitoring Katrine and had such terrible dreams. Conflagrations, monstrous cryptids, the terrified voices of the damned. I woke in terror, my heart pumping madly. And it was in that awful state that I learned of something worse than any nightmare. They've closed the borders within my beloved Berlin. I still have family there. They were hoping to enter West Germany any day, perhaps even be brought here. Now the communists are building a goddamn wall. Do they fear their own ideology so much that they will allow none to question, none to choose? I weep for my people. I had thought this kind of evil ended with Hitler, but perhaps it is inescapable. Evil does not originate from a single leader. It lies in all of us, waiting only for permission to be expressed. Humans are both an elixir and a plague. Our own worst nightmare. Perhaps the war did not go far enough. Perhaps anthropogenic extinction is the only solution, the only possible peace. Forgive me, as I said, I'm not well. I should return to my work, lest such dark thoughts drive me insane. October 4th, 1962. Over a year. I'm so deep in my experiments that I'd forgotten to update this blasted box. Is it anyone's job to even read these entries? It feels like I'm typing into the void, but we must do as we are ordered. For the record, Katrin showed little change, although our data collection methodologies may have exhibited some bias. The nightmares continue, and the wave of melancholia has washed through the entire research team. The world is on fire, it seems, and when we feel its effects even here. War has broken out in Vietnam, Africa, and Cuba. Soviet influence can be felt in this very country. Brunner, in particular, has spoken many times of our imminent nuclear death, even to the point of wondering whether that is not the best way to end the world's pain. For myself, I have neither the heart nor the inclination to argue, and all of us have been affected by the tragedy that occurred in World II. We still don't know all the details, but the dreamer Gaston apparently destroyed millions of dollars of equipment, overpowered 2 soldiers and several good scientists, and then shot himself through the eye. No one can tell me whether he was awake or aware of his actions at the time, and they will not let me see the dreamer's records. The ward is locked up tight until an official investigation can be performed. But I must know, did Gaston see what I've seen? Did he gaze into the abyss? Did he see humanity spread thin and find it lacking? It is a dark time to be alive. One wonders how much humanity should be alive for. Well, how much longer, but whatever. Reports. Ward Prime Online. After weeks of experimentation, the first World Stone is online. The Watcher, Katrin, is undergoing preparations now. Under Dr. Harsgaard's direction, several specimens of the original World Stone have been taken to varying locations, but Ward Prime will be the first to connect a human subject to the stone to record what she observes. We are making history. In other words, I've never dreamed it possible. Not even when forced to work on the Nazis' abominable machinations. If even a fraction of this experiment works, my colleagues in the U.S. rocket program will turn yellow with envy. The moon, ha! It is an empty rock. We will discover resources and peoples undreamed of. We are going to change the world. New Watcher procedures. A breakthrough. We have determined that the Watcher's inability to connect to the World Stone is related to the activity in the prefrontal cortex. Essentially, Katrin's conscious mind is defending itself against what perceives as falsities. To work around the shortcoming, Katrin will be kept under sedation so the brain's natural safeguards cannot interfere with the process of connecting to the stone. It is recommended that the same procedure will be used in the newly opened wards 2 and 3 as well. The Watchers will no longer be able to speak with us, but we can see what their subconscious minds see through modern imagery techniques. And in fact, we can see their dreams. Perhaps we should start calling them dreamers instead. Ward 3 final report. Ward 3 has burned. The emergency oxygen tanks caught flame and exploded. There were no survivors, but initial reports indicate the fire started in the dreamer room. Harsgaard requested I be present when reviewing the tapes so that I could enter the facts here. The dreamer was shackled, as all dreamers have been since Gaston. He did not wake, but he strained against his metal bindings and even bent one of them. The video was in black and white, but there was a clear glow across the dreamer's skin. The attendants rushed to wake him, opening a valve to give the dreamer more oxygen. That was their mistake, or their blessing. As though the dreamer were breathing fire itself, the oxygen burst into flames at his lips and spread up the tube to the tanks against the wall. The video went white, then black, and there was nothing. We reviewed the explosion a few times, progressing frame by frame. The attendants did not even have time to react. Within less than a second, the conflagration obscured everything. Harsgard saw nothing more in the flames, and I did not draw his attention to it, performing only the job for which I had been summoned. But I saw him. For one frame only. There, in the flames, was the face of the abyss of self. The dragon from the dreams. And he saw me too. Dr. Joseph Brunner. Brunner took his own life last night, February 2nd, 1963. It was alone with Katrin, a thing most of us have feared to do since we began sharing our nightmares with each other. His final notes contained incomprehensible formulas, runes both like and unlike those of original World Stone, sketches of horrific monsters that look all too familiar, and these words: cessation is equality, serenity among ashes. Katrin's dream records show nothing as always, and her shackles remain secure. She did not wake like Gaston. Yet Brunner saw something. He saw what all of us in Ward 1 had been seeking, yet have not been brave enough to face. Was it courage that he took his life, or was it weakness that he took no others with him? Harsgard had requested Brunner's notes for analysis, but I have not told him about our dreams. I've not told him about the beasts in the void, waiting and watching. I've not told him that I recognized Brunner's final words, spattered in his own blood, but also whispered in my dreams and etched into my flesh. Cessation is equality, serenity among ashes. I know there are none who read this infernal machine, or if you do, then you know the truth as well as I. For peace to begin, humanity must end. That's dark. February 7th, 1963. Ward 1 has been shut down and permanently sealed due to some kind of contagious infection that spread throughout this research team. The source of this infection is unknown, but the dreamer was found dead, and the few surviving personnel have been quarantined and moved to a psychiatric facility for further testing and rehabilitation. If any Ward Prime personnel notice signs of reinfection, no matter how small, they must report to their superior officer immediately. Given the tragic events in this ward and the close relation of those events to the Dreamer projects, I have expressed my misgivings about the initiating new Dreamers in the other wards. We don't know enough about these ward stones, and what we do know should induce more caution than it has. So far, Dr. Harsgard and Commander Neville have ignored my misgivings. For what it's worth, let the record show that I was against this whole damn thing from the start. Alright. Well, nice to know that, the main reason why this place... it's just here. Alright. So now, where's the next location?
Should be a book behind you somewhere.
A book? Okay. Book. Oh, here we go. Logbook. February 18th, 1962. Every time I read Corbo's passages, I find something new. Sometimes I think the runes may actually be changing, though photographic evidence has proven that it is as ridiculous as it sounds. Only my understanding is evolving. The author of the runes intrigues me. He speaks as though his people are immortal. At first I interpreted this in a spiritual sense, like heaven or the Hindu concept of nirvana. But the stories he tells are those of souls that have moved on. He speaks of the living being carrying out mundane yet utopian lives. They're real. What if these writings are meant literally? What of his people, who have found a way to send Clawbone's words across the barrier between the worlds, have also found a way to elude death itself? It sounds fantastic even as I write it. Yet the possibility cannot be overlooked. Even though, when his world may still exist, Clawbone may still exist. He writes of realms his people cannot enter, quarantined by powerful guardians and ancient codes. I believe our world is similarly quarantined, hence the runes rather than a personal visit. But what if we could reach him? What if we could speak to Clawbone himself? Dr. Uruk Harsgard. Oh. Wait, do I have to actually, like...
Hmm?
Oh, that's stupid. Ah, well.
What?
Wait, is that... Hold on.
What?
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought it was being dumb. Like, I thought the book was being dumb, but I didn't realize that literally when you just have it as read, it's just one whole thing.
Yes.
That... Now it makes sense why you guys always want me to, like, have it on the read. Yeah. Okay. Next location.
We also want you to have it on read because some of the writing is, like, literally, like, unreadable.
And, yeah, illegible. So where are we going? There's a computer here.
Yeah, I'm just... You might just have to go out of order for this one, because I don't actually know where the next one in the entries is.
Well, unlocked a medical cabinet.
I think we already did that.
Did we?
Yeah, the medical cabinet's where we, like, progress the story from.
Oh, medicine storage. Oh, yeah, you're right. You are correct. I was in here as well. Anyway. More reading. Watcher sedation. June 12th, 1961. June 12th. Harsgard and Marker say Kitchen's conscious thoughts is getting in the way of connecting to the World Stone. They've asked me to look into sedation possibilities, though I'm not sure how that will work if they want to record the conscious observations. Maybe dream imagery? I'll have Dr. Lim look into it. His thesis was on drugs that can enhance dream lucidity. Maybe that might be the key. 4th of July, 1961. Forced to work on the 4th of July. Harsgard got a bug up his ass about these dreamers. Alright, Marker, and most of the rest of them too. I should have known secret military project meant secretly bulldozing workers' rights. At least I get overtime. Medical storage. Apparently, one of the attendants have been using their off hours for recreational ketamine use. Now all access to the medical storage has to go through me. Fantastic. This is how bureaucracies happen, people. Gaston's restraints, September 8th, 1962. September 8th, 1962. The Ward 2 dreamer has shown signs of mild wakefulness. Mild limb movement is normal, as far as we understand what normal means for this kind of experimental sedation. But some of the team wants his sedation increased. Harsgard, on the other hand, refused. Instead, he ordered Gaston's restraints to be tightened with no dosage change at all. I'm not sure I understand what restraints are even for. Is Harsgard worried Gaston might walk in his sleep? Antidepressants for Weiskopf. Dr. Lim has requested antidepressants for Katrin's team. I talked to Sebastian, who I understand has interviewed several of them and knows their psychological state better than anyone, and received his approval. Not 10 minutes later, Harsgaard came into my office and asked me not to approve any medication. He said he feared the medication might negatively impact War 1's ability to focus, even after I assured him it would do no such thing. At least not the dosages I planned to prescribe. I didn't even know Dr. Harsgaard was aware of the request. He's a smart man. I can't imagine why he would be against this. Dr. Harsgaard's orders for Ward 1, February 8th, 1963. In light of Brunner's death and Schukamarch's quarantine, I feel I need to put this on record, especially now that I reread my previous log entry. I asked Harsgaard if I can examine the bodies from Ward 1 and from the Ward 1 incident. To my surprise, he refused, ordering me to seal the entire ward to avoid any possible contagion. A wise enough order, and I obeyed, but this morning, several bodies were delivered to us with strict orders to keep the bags locked up and on ice. We were told they were soldiers and that any other information was classified. I looked up their names and ranks. They don't exist. So where did the bodies come from? I don't have enough evidence to file an official report, and given Harsgaard's influence at the top, I'm afraid to do so. I'm worried about how much he may know, or maybe even engineering. What has happened in the first three wards? Maybe I'm just writing this from my unconscious then. I don't know. Alright. Okay, so that's done.
There should be one more somewhere on that floor.
Do you know where?
In one of the big rooms, I don't know.
In one of the big rooms. Perfect.
If you miss it, it's less important, but, you know.
It's the lore!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I found it. Okay. Let's see here. System diagnostics. Okay. Logs. Alright. August 1st, 1961. Has anyone seen the ketamine? I swear we had 100 cc's a few days ago. Ketamine. Owens and you. Never mind. And the ketamine. Owens has it. By the way, Owens is fired, and all the future access to the medical storage locker has to go through Chief Stimpkins. Simpkin? Really? Thanks, hippies. This is why we can't have nice things. Dreamer moving in Ward 2. Gaston has been shifting in his chair, even under sedation. Schumacher is concerned that the dreamer's brain is rejecting the world stone connection. Should we increase his dosage? Please advise. The response. Do not increase sedation. Harsgaard does not want to lose any dream lucidity. He suggests, however, that we strengthen Gaston's restraints. Dr. Lim, please see that it is done. Dr. Simpkin. February 7th, 1963. I just read the reports regarding Ward 1. Did these meds ever get to Ward 1? In hindsight, it seems like we could have prevented an awful tragedy. I'm not sure. They say what happened to Ward 1 wasn't depression, but some kind of contagion. They sealed the whole thing up, bodies and all. Bodies and all? Then what were they carting out the other night? It looked like bodies to me, though it was difficult to tell with the lights out. Ports. September 30th, 1962. Be advised that after the incident in Ward 2, Horsguard has changed his mind. Increase sedation dose in all remaining dreamers affected immediately, and double the restraints. Antidepressant request. November 29th, 1962. Dr. Schillermacher has asked about the availability of antidepressants for him and his team. Does anyone know if that's something we can provide, Dr. Lund? The antidepressants are in the storage locker. Only the chief has access. You'll need permission from Harsgard, or at least from Weisskopf if you want them. No, in Ward 1. As part of the quarantine for operations on Ward 1, several pieces of expensive equipment were taken for disinfection, examination, and reuse in other wards. Nothing else was removed from the ward before it was sealed. Human Resources planned to hang a memorial plaque on site in honor of our now buried colleagues. Please remember that public speculation on this or any other Ward Prime incident is unprofessional and potentially dangerous. We understand that discussion of the tragedy is unavoidable, but it is inappropriate to voice untenable conjecture on this or any other public turmoil. Thank you for your understanding in this delicate matter. Dr. Harsgard. Alright. So I think that's that. Now, where do I go?
You already read about Jerry and all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then go back to the main floor and you get to do a puzzle.
Are you kidding me?
It's not a hard puzzle. I mean, it's a hard puzzle. It's like the vault in Last Wish. If you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna be really hard. But once you know what you're doing, it's really easy.
Okay, so where would I be doing this puzzle?
It's in the room that had the weird, like, checkered board with letters.
I don't remember what that is.
No, the room's a big ass circle, dude. You just walk around in the circle and see, ah, yes. This room has 2 computers in it. I should read those.
Here they come.
No, it's not in the reactor bay. Okay.
No, it's in the, like, main zone.
Okay. So it's at the checkpoint, like, floor?
He?
Is that the checkpoint floor? Where the upside down penis thing is?
Yeah, that floor.
Okay. I think I might have found it. Do I have to deal with the power at all?
No. The power should already be on. Didn't we turn it on before?
Well,
We got Jerry. I thought we turned on the power.
now we have.
Oh, did we not turn it on before we stopped?
Nope. So now it's on.
Playing without us ring.
It's on the reactor bay. I can't find it. Is it in the middle of the area?
No, it's like off on. It's like a little tiny little room, like on the outside of. Like, so if you follow the big square around the middle, it'll be like on the opposite side of where the computer is. Like where there's just like a control HUD area on the opposite side of the square. It should be there. It's just this like dinky little closet room.
And you said it has 2 computers in it, right?
Yeah, it should be like one on the center and then one on the right side.
Yeah. Okay, found it.
So read the one on the center first and the one on the right side.
Okay.
and then that should give you everything you need to know for the puzzle.
No, I need to enter a password. Awesome.
Yep.
Okay.